What's up, guys? It's been a few days for me. I've been kind of in a rut lately where it's like I got so much stuff on my mind, so much to do, and not enough hours in the day to where I've honestly have just not picked up a camera. So I apologize for that, but I have been staying busy. So I'm gonna give you a quick little thing of what I've been doing lately. If you notice, the whole engine bay is kind of starting to take more shape. I actually cut off, there's a rubber bumper that goes here from the factory. That's cut off on both sides. I think it's gonna look a little bit cleaner since I don't need them anymore. I started filling in the holes. I started welding up all the spots on the corners of the frame where I had to cut to fit the engine. And then I gotta start filling in all the random holes that I'm not using anymore. So that's good there. This huge thing right here. We ended up getting all the machine work done already. So the block is honed for all the pistons. All the rods are clearanced. I did ARP 2000 rod bolts. All the bearings are done and all new rings. So it's gonna go back together just as a fresh, brand new engine with factory rods and pistons and crank. But it's gonna be rebuilt, so it's kind of like 0 mile. And then I have the camshaft and everything else for it. So as you can see, you know, we did the cam bearings. All the whole block is nice and cleaned. All the cylinders are honed. So one of these days coming soon, me and Miggy are actually gonna be assembling the engine. It's gonna make for a cool video. It'll actually be my first time fully assembling an engine. He's done it dozens of times with the Honda engines, so it'd be kind of cool to work with him on something like this. So another neat thing I had to get on the power glide right here. You can see under the front, that's actually a whole catch pan assembly. So the line goes up to the vent. So on a factory power glide, it's got just this little vent. So basically, if there's any excessive crankcase pressure in the glide, it'll just spill fluid on the track. So what that will do is that will catch the fluid into the pan, and then the pan can still vent. So much more safe that way. So I kind of got a mess going on, but it's getting to that point where I'm getting ready to go to the body shop. It's nerve-wracking. Yeah, like I said, I don't feel like there's enough time in the day for me. I think I got like 49 days left, and I don't know if I've struck the reality of it not getting done for Import Alliance or what, but I'm going to try my absolute hardest to make it happen. That has been my goal, so I'm gonna do everything in my power to get that goal achieved. In this box, I already went to the paint store with Randy. We picked up all the paint supplies, the paint, the clear, the hardener, reducer. So everything is in the box, everything is good to go there. So next weekend I'll be in Georgia with Brian. We're racing Lights Out, which is a drag radial race, kind of like what we just did in Bradenton, except on a much larger scale. So I'll be gone all next weekend. My goal originally was to try to get the car at the body shop the following weekend. I don't know if it's realistic, but definitely the end of February is when I want the car to be painted and hopefully back in the garage so I can start working on it again. Because I still have a lot of stuff to do, which is stuff that I can get to now. I still haven't finished my chassis harness, which I should have. But it's just a lot of little things. Like, the problem with me is it's all stuff I know I can get done in a short period of time, but since I procrastinate, I'll wait till the last second. Either way it gets done, I should put my butt in gear a lot sooner. But I guess that's just one of my negative traits. So what I'm actually about to do right now is I gotta head over to Brian's house. I was working on my differential over there, swapping in the spool and the front cover. But as you will see in a minute, I ran into complications, which are gonna cost me some good amount of money. But I'm gonna head over to Brian's house, and then tonight we are actually going to Volusia Speedway, and I guess we're doing roundy round things. So I've never seen the little sprint cars, so he told me that I had to go, and he's been saying this for months now, so now's the time that I have to go. So I will talk to you guys when I get to Brian's house. All right, so I finally made it back to Brian's house. I was here last night until like 3:30 in the morning. On my way over from my house, I tried getting Subway because I was hungry. One Subway by my house was closed. The one by Brian's house was closed. So I ended up going to Publix. I got myself an Ultimate Boar's Head. Good decision. Kind of glad I got pushed that way. So like I said on here, actually I'm turning the light on. So like I was saying, this is my diff assembly. So I'm upgrading the cover. You see here, this is the old cover. So the wall of this where the diff actually mounts, there's no supporting and it's very thin, versus the LPW, it's completely braced. It's even got these cool main cap supports. So that's the cover I'm putting in. This is the spool I'm putting in, and this is what came out of it. This is a 28 spline open differential. So the spool's going in it. So basically both wheels will be locked 100% of the time. And then this is the carrier. So as you see, I pulled it apart, I cleaned it, but I pulled the chunk out of this to go in here. I transferred the bearings over to the spool, and I went to go put it in last night. And with the main caps, you have your bearing race, and then there's a shim to center the chunk inside. And unfortunately, I broke. Let me see if I can get this bag open. Yep, you can see inside the bag that I broke the shims. So I'll be honest, I've never done that in my entire life. I've never tried working on a diff. I've only ever had it pulled apart, cleaned and welded. So this is new for me. I'm inexperienced, hey, I'll admit it. So I just ordered a kit from Granis Racing to do a new pinion bearing, new bearings, new races, new shims, everything like that, and new seals. So hopefully I can find somebody local that can rebuild my 8.8 for me. If you're in Central Florida and you can rebuild an 8.8, let me know. So as you can see, we're in full race prep with Brian's car. The last time the car went out, it did the big wheelie. It bent the exhaust, it bent the bolts on the weight bar, kind of shimmied some stuff around. So one of the remedies we have now is we're gonna add more weight to the front of the car. So he's got these clamps installed now on both sides. And you actually take, these are 5-pound lead pucks. So now this will actually be bolted like so on top and bottom. And then hopefully we can get more weight going there. And also, he's been building a new weight bar. So we have multiple weight bars that bolt on the car if we need to put weight somewhere. So this is a smaller one that goes in the front. We have one here, right here. That's one right there underneath where the oil catch for the turbo is. So that's one bar. But the problem is it's still not big enough. So he actually decided, I'll grab the lights. He decided to build a massive one. So this is what he's been working on today when I came over. So now this one is a lot longer. This should hold a lot more weight. So he's got to weld the caps on. He already divided it so we can actually get a left and right bias. So all he's got to do left is weld the ends on, weld the caps on, and then all we have to do is fill it with lead weight. So that's good there. Hopefully adding weight to the nose is going to help what we're doing. We also been pulling weight out of the back. I am so happy for Brian. Look at this guy. I think he turned into a Honda owner because he started cutting out all the unnecessary metal out of the car. Because like I mentioned before, the car is 120 pounds overweight for our class. And most of the weight we need to lose is off the back, which is where the expense comes in. But also, if you pull weight out of any part of the car, we can now adjust it. We actually got a set of corner scales he bought when we were over at PRI. So now we can actually measure corner weights, rear bias, side bias, everything. So now we can actually start just yanking weight out of it, and we're able to make the adjustments to where we could put it back to where it needs to go to help us race. So things are looking good for Georgia. This will be the last time we go out with this engine in the car. It's coming out when we get back from Georgia to get a refresh. He's also going higher compression on the pistons. So top secret stuff there. And then also old girl here is finally getting taken off when we get to Georgia next week. Precision released a super awesome, better class legal turbo So we're gonna try to give that a whirl. So yeah, it's gonna be a crazy weekend next weekend. Hopefully we're gonna go faster than that 435. Who's to say? But I'm hoping for it, and we're gonna make it all possible to where it's a lot more doable. So anywho, like I said, tonight we're gonna go see the sprint cars on the, I believe it's dirt. I have to ask, I don't even remember. So we're going to the Volusia Speedway. So I will film there, and I've never experienced it, so I'm gonna share it with you guys. I'll catch you guys later. All right, so we made it out here. It's loud, but we're walking through the pits right now. So we have to stay out of their way.
You have to be cognizant of them and watch out because they come in fast. And they probably can't give about that much visibility.
So you're saying this little golf cart thingy here pushes them to start it?
Yes. That's why it's going to make fast.
And that's how they bump start it. Because these things don't start and they don't have clutches. I don't know, this is weird.
chassis that are new or used or wrecked. I'm not sure. This one looks used, but it doesn't look like it's twisted. It's crazy to see all the different things here. I'm actually next to Tony Stewart, his rig. So a lot of these guys are coming into the pits making a lot of different changes after qualifying. So I posted a couple of videos where you'll see it there. But then I'm walking around the pits and you can see some carnage. So like this looks like a wing that, actually that might make sense. This is probably why there's another chassis in the back of that truck. Because this to me looks like a big airfoil. Well, that concludes my night. I have never been to one of the dirt outlaw races, and man, that was definitely really cool to see. Talking about little carts that weigh 1,300 pounds that make almost 1,000 horsepower. It was pretty unreal, and it's crazy. There's just the sounds they make. It's fantastic. So we watched the qualifying rounds, and then they had the last chance races to get into the main event. 2 laps into the main event, there was a big crash, which luckily I was able to catch. And then that was cleared off, and it wasn't even 10 laps later, there was a big crash where they actually had to do fence repairs. So unfortunately, there was a lot of downtime. We were there for a lot longer than we were planning. So I just got dropped. We just got to Brian's house, and I'm driving home right now. So I would definitely say, if you've never been to an event like that, I highly recommend it. That was a really cool experience. Just raw power and a lot of action. And it was crazy to see almost 30 cars on the track at the same time. It was like there was not enough track for that many cars. It was pretty cool. So yeah, guys, I'm wrap this up, and hopefully I'll see you guys later on this week. I'm gonna try to start making videos more frequently. I know I've said that in the past, but I'm gonna try. And also Thursday morning is when I'll be in South Georgia for Lights Out 11, a big drag radial race. So me and Brian will be up there all weekend. If you guys are in the area, come stop by the pits, hang out. If not, I mean, I'll be posting updates while I'm up there. So hope to see you guys soon. Take care.